Okay, hello everyone. Today I'm going to teach you guys how to do a make bobble. I use the bobble stitch in my snow-kissed mountain cowl as a representation of the mountains, but you'll also find them sometimes in cable patterns and different things like that. So you want to basically gonna knit to the designated spot where you want your cowl or your bobble to go. There we go. Okay, and first thing you're going to do is knit into the front of the stitch, and then you're going to come around and knit into the back loop of the stitch, and then you're going to come around again and knit into the front loop of the stitch. And at this point, you're going to slip those 3 loops on from your left hand needle onto your right hand needle. So you now created 3 loops where you used to have 1. The instructions will now tell you to turn the work. So that means turn the work to the wrong side of the fabric. And then you're going to, let me get my yarn in the right spot, purl these 3 stitches. So, excuse me. All right, so I knit continental, which might look a little different if you are American style knitter where you throw the yarn, but basically what I'm doing, I'm doing a purl stitch. So if you know how to do a purl stitch, it's the same exact way. So don't get confused by where I'm holding the yarn. So I just did 3 purls, and then the instructions will tell you to turn the work, and you're going to turn it around again to the right side of the fabric, and you're going to knit those 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. And then you're going to turn the work again, wrong side facing you, and then purl those 3 stitches. Only reason I mention the style of knitting I do is because I have heard people say that they have a hard time with certain videos if the person is knitting in the different style that they're used to. They're not quite sure what's going on. So it's not really a huge deal though, because if you know the stitch that they're trying to show you, if you know how to do a purl stitch like I'm doing here, then you just do a purl stitch like you would do it, or do a knit stitch like you would do it, and try to not focus on where the yarn is in relation like to my hand, like what I'm holding. And so now it tells you to turn the work again. At this point, we are going to finish off the bobble. So you slip this first stitch off as if you're going to purl it, and then you're going to knit 2 together the next 2 stitches. So knit 2 together. So now you've gone from 3 loops to 2 loops, and then to get back down to 1 loop, you're going to take the slip stitch and put your needle into the front loop of it in the front hand side, and you're going to lift it up and over that knit 2 together stitch. That way you want to keep that knit 2 together stitch on the needle, but now you've gone down to 1 stitch where you started with 1 and you end with 1. So I'm going to go through that, then you just continue to knit in the pattern. So I'm going to knit a couple stitches, and I'll just make another bobble, kind of show you again what I'm doing here. So I'm at the stitch I want to make the bobble. I'm going to go into the front of the loop, then come around and knit into the back of the loop, then come around again to the front and knit in the front of the loop. Slip those 3 stitches off, turn the work, wrong side facing. And I'm going to purl those 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to turn the work and knit those 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Turn the work again. Purl those 3 stitches. Oops. Sorry, the yarn's kind of getting in the way of the picture there, isn't it? Purl 1, purl 2, purl 3. And then now I'm going to finish off the bobble by turning it right side facing again, slipping that first stitch off as if to purl, knitting the next 2 stitches together, and taking that slip stitch and lifting it up and over the knit 2 together stitches. Down again to 1 stitch and continue to knit in the row. Like normal, or until the next bobble comes up. So at the end there, you should have bobbles that look like that. Okay, I hope that helps you guys. Thanks a lot.